Hello and welcome to First Responders Online. My name's Ray Bryant. First Responders Online, it's where we're going to talk to other first responders. We're going to have discussions about what they do and how they do it. Not all of this may be online driven. We're going to interview people that have side hustles that venture outside of the online space. And in this special report, we're going to be talking to one firefighter in the rank of captain at a fire department in South Florida who does make some money every month through his side hustle. And his side hustle is not online marketing. So this is a good opportunity just to kind of get your idea going on what you can do online or offline to make a little bit of side hustle. And the program is really for if you're a brand new rookie and you're just trying to make a little extra money, because we all know our paychecks are not going as far as they once did, or if you're a veteran and you're nearing retirement and you're trying to think like, how am I going to supplement my retirement? And you're looking for ways to generate a little additional income. That's the whole purpose of the First Responders Online, and that's the whole purpose of me releasing the First Responders Report. So on today's show, I have Adam. Adam's a captain with a fire rescue, actually the same fire department as I am with, and I was talking to him over, I think it was lunch, right, Adam?
Yep.
We were talking about, hey, what do you do on your days off? And he said, you do Turo. So I said, wow, that's interesting because I don't really know how that works. I'm really fixed on the online space, and that's an offline opportunity. So I wanted to share with my audience a little bit about what Adam does. And Adam's a captain in the same, like I said, the same fire department as that I'm in. And with that, let me just introduce you to Captain Raymond. Adam, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, what's up? Hello, everybody out there.
So, Adam, how long have you been doing the Turo app?
I just started doing it maybe about a month ago. I've been a fireman for 18 years. I've never had a side hustle until about a month ago.
Right.
And I've always kind of relied on overtime as kind of supplemental income. And, as you said earlier, these days things are getting more expensive and we're trying to thread the needle. We've got priorities at home, kids, wife, etc., family, and you're just kind of looking for everything to maximize your opportunities to make money. And I think one thing that I've noticed generationally changing in the fire service is that when I first started, a lot of guys, they clean pools, they mowed lawns, and that's just not my style. I'm not really one to, when I get off of work for 24 hours or 48 hours, to be away from my family and be out in 95-degree weather and work myself to the bone. Maybe that's just a different generation, but I feel like anything, the fire service is adaptable and the people that work there are adaptable. So I actually heard about Turo just in passing because I drive a nice car. I drive a Tesla. And somebody mentioned that, wow, you could get a lot of money if you do Turo. So I just researched it. I went online, and it's basically the Airbnb or VRBO of cars. And the difference is that the overhead and the maintenance is a lot less than you would for a piece of property.
So let me just ask you, like, how much does it cost anything to get involved with Turo?
Cost no money to get involved. You sign online. It's very streamlined. They have an app that you can download, or you can go on their website. They basically make you do a small tutorial, mainly about how you should interact with your guests as you are the host. Their cleaning practices because of COVID and everything like that. How the site works, what you're supposed to do before someone grabs your car, after they grab it, taking pictures, keeping track of everything. And then they have different options that you can do, that you can choose based off of how you get paid and what cut Turo takes. And based off of whichever option you choose is whatever liability you're responsible for if, God forbid, there's any kind of damage to your car.
So how does it, like, with you being on the fire service, if somebody wanted to rent it out on a day that you're on shift, do you have to be there?
So the beauty of Turo is that you do not. They actually have a contactless feature. It doesn't start off like that right away. You have to do 3 trips with 3 different guests and get 3 5-star ratings. Once you do that, you qualify for what is called Turo Go. And basically, the app hooks up to your car. Most newer model cars have the ability to sync to the Turo app. Some older models, you'll have to go to your local mechanic, and Turo will pay for you to go to your local mechanic and have this device installed in your car. And basically what the guest is able to do is they can go up to your vehicle, wherever you leave it, open up the car door via the Turo app, you leave your car key inside the car, and then they just drive off.
And what about when they drop it off? Do you have to be there for that?
And no, you don't have to be there for that either. They're instructed specifically to leave the key inside of the glove box and to lock the car via the Turo app and walk away. It's very streamlined, very user-friendly. I'm not going to lie. The first time I did it, I was a little bit nervous handing my car off to a complete stranger.
Especially a Tesla.
Tesla, yeah. But
do you have to drive a relatively new, or do you have to own a relatively new car?
No, not at all. I mean, they'll take any car. Based off of what kind of car you drive, the price may fluctuate. Based off of what kind of car it is, the guest actually has to carry a certain kind of insurance, or they have to put down a $750 refundable deposit. That would go for any kind of incidentals that would be applied to, a scratch or something like that.
But Turo handles that.
Turo handles $750,000 worth of liability, and I chose the 75% return, and in return, I'm responsible for basically a $250 deductible. So if there's any damage to the car, I'm on the hook for the first $250. And then Turo gets the rest.
So after you make your car payment and your car insurance or whatever, how much do you think you can make? Or, if you don't have an absolute number, what do you estimate you can make on a monthly basis by being part of this Turo?
So I think if you're just looking to pay for your car, you don't need to do this full time. You could probably do this, depending on what car you have, maybe 2 weeks out of the month, and your car payment could probably be paid. For me, I'm looking at it more of like a business, and I'm already looking to purchase a second Tesla and have 2 in rotation. Luckily, I have a great wife that works from home and has been willing to lend me her vehicle so I can get to and from work. To me right now, it's just a material thing, and at the cost of making a lot of money and providing for my family, it's worth it, especially because overtime is not always readily available.
Yeah, no, I saw something on a Reddit group, and somebody asked, hey, what is the best job for a firefighter, a second job? And there was a lot of people that put overtime, and I agree exactly with you. You can't always count on overtime,
Yep.
And if overtime does dry up, then you're stuck with living at a certain level of income and then not having the ability to continue that certain level of income. And before I got hired, I was swinging a hammer doing hurricane straps for a roofing company, and I knew 100% on my days off, especially if we had a busy shift, I didn't want to be swinging a hammer that morning.
Sure.
I looked at it the same way you did. I wanted to try to find a side hustle that I can do, and my side hustle is online. Your side hustle is kind of like online in a sense, because you're not doing anything. It's passive residual income. You just happen to have a nice vehicle that people want to rent. They rent it out. Seems like Turo takes care of everything. And you collect income because of that. I guess the worst case scenario would be something really bad happens, but then you have insurance, and then Turo takes care of that as well. So
Yep. I think the biggest part for me is it's a way for people to get ahead. I think if you would interview most people, they would say they're living pretty close paycheck to paycheck, no matter how much money they make, and whether you want to blame it on spending habits or whatever vices people have. Unfortunately, that's just the way people are living these days, including myself. We've got a lot of priorities. So for me, I'm kind of looking at it like this is a way for me to eliminate debt. So that's what I'm doing. I'm basically paying off my car and getting rid of my car note and eliminating debt that way.
It's definitely tough. I mean, even if you make a decent income, it's tough today. It doesn't go as far as it once did, and I feel like a grandpa by saying this, but the dollar just seems like it's not what it once was. Even like a year or 2 years ago, it seems like something is just, whether it's the supply chain issue, whether it's inflation, or something else, it requires us to have this side hustle money to live comfortably, and so I appreciate you sharing insight here on how you make some side hustle money with the Turo app. You would recommend it then for others?
I would. And what's funny that you say that is because I mean, I'm sure that most of your listeners are firemen, and every fireman's an expert on economics or virology or science or something like that. And the conversations that we have in the firehouse, everybody's got an opinion on something.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what we're all real experts at is improvising, adapting, and overcoming.
Yeah,
and when we're pinned against the wall financially, we got to make it work, and it's just one other way for us to make it work.
So, Adam, I appreciate the insight. I know that my audience will get value out of this. It seems like Turo is a perfect side job for first responders and firefighters, especially because you get to park the car. You don't need a car for 24 hours when you're on shift. So I'm sure that the audience will get a lot of value out of this. I thank you for your time, Adam. Appreciate your commitment and dedication to the fire service and you coming in to share some time with my audience.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, take care.